and this really goes for men or women, but I've been seeing it a lot with men. Men will make time for what's important, and they'll make excuses for anything that ain't. Let me say this again, because I know y'all are dealing with guys who claim to have all of this ambition, all of this money they're trying to get, all of this purpose they're trying to chase, all of this stuff that's on their mind. Let me tell you something. Men will make time for what is important, and they'll make excuses for anything that isn't. Now, you can be, rebellious against that. You can be reluctant to believe that. You can feel like the man that you're dealing with is just so different. Like the girl that just got mad at me, started yelling and everything. I was trying to tell her. I'm like, look at his day-to-day. You know what this dude does on a day-to-day. He plays video games. He knows what happened on the last episode of whatever. He knows what the score was on the last game that he watched. But when it comes to you, he's a bad texter. When it comes to you, he got all of his mental health problems and his baby mama tripping and this, that, and the other. His foot hurt. Everything that keeps him from being able to connect with you. And ain't it funny how the schedule is open whenever he wants something from you, when it comes time to getting something from you. But when it comes to, he already done got it, and he just needed to sustain you. But he's also wanting to mitigate the kind of expectations you're still placing on him to meet your needs. Outside of that, all of a sudden, he's so busy. So let me tell y'all something. One of the most recent phrases I've been hearing a lot of. I'm a bad texter. We ain't gonna be long because I know that the sun getting ready to go down. First off, who willing to keep it real with me and admit that you heard that from a dude before? Probably you probably called him out. You probably knew it was BS. Especially if it did not translate into him asserting himself to call you, see you on a regular basis. If he said I'm a bad texter, and then he said I'm a bad texter, therefore I want to be able to call you. I want to be able to ring your line. I want to be able to see you regular basis. I'm a bad texter. That's one thing. That's different. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. If he says I'm a bad texter, and what that means is you don't really hear from him until you hit him up multiple times, until he wants something from you, that means that man is trying to put you on the back burner and have you be comfortable with that. I'm a bad texter means don't get your hopes up for connection with me. Because a man ain't stupid. Like when a man wants sex, again, think about when a man was trying to make an impression on you for the very first time. He knew all of the right words. He knew the energy to give. He knew the undivided attention that you would need. He knew that he needed to smell a certain way. He needed to dress a certain way. And what I'm wanting to do, because the young lady I was talking to, like I said, after all of my master classes, I always do a Q&A. I'm going to do one for the one right here. I just posted down in the comment. And she asked the question, how could she tell if her dude was trying to play with her or not whenever he said this whole, I'm a bad texter? Now, she already knew the truth. You know, it's one of them situations where as a woman, you know, but you just need confirmation or something like that. Now, with that being said, it was kind of perplexing why she got upset whenever I told her the truth, but nonetheless, I said, look at exactly what I told y'all in the beginning. Look at how he spends his day. If that man is not slammed from the time that he gets up to the time he goes to sleep, I'm talking about with work and emergencies and everything else, which 99.9% of guys are not, then that man, it's not that he's a bad texter. He's bad at pretending he wants to even connect with you. That's what he's bad at. And he doesn't want to get good at it. You're not even worth the energy to pretend anymore to him. Don't get that twisted and think you're not worth the energy in total, like as far as a woman. But when a man says, I'm bad at texting, but you notice whenever you're with him, that man got his phone on him 24/7. Some of y'all really got investigator skills. You'll go and look at the screen time and see that man is constantly on his phone. How you bad at texting, but you was good at getting my attention and getting my phone number to just not text? Now, again, for those of y'all just joining, if it translates to him wanting to assert himself to communicate with you otherwise, but when he says I'm a bad texter, if that equates to he's bad at making time for you, then accept it for what it is. Y'all, please stop going for what a man says. What a man says might represent who he wants to be, but what he does, his patterns, will show you who he actually is. If that man don't connect with you, and when I say connect, because it can take different mediums, it can take different formats. But the common denominator has to be that he's asserting himself. He sees the relationship as worth his energy, his priority to connect with you, whether it's texting or whatever. I've just seen guys use that as an escape to lower your standards, lower your expectations so that you fit into the box of convenience. And guess what? Convenience-oriented men do not commit. But if that man says I'm a bad texter, and it always results in you having to carry the conversation, start the conversations, etc., you need to take that for what it is, either accept it and stay and understand this is what you're getting, or go ahead and leave. But do not get embattled with yourself. Do not get to a point where you feel like, okay, he's bad at texting. Maybe I should be more understanding. Maybe I should be less critical. He does have a child. He may be going through a lot of things. I don't want to be another person that judges him and criticizes him whenever he's being honest. Because that's another thing that they'll try to pull. I'm being honest. I'm just being real with you. I'm just being real. They're not just being real with you. They're not. They just don't care to spare your feelings. They don't care to fake or anything. They want to fake, but they don't care to fake with real effort. Like they really are connecting and that they're interested in what you have to say, et cetera, et cetera. That's when the man is bad at texting. I guarantee you, you and the man are supposed to meet up, especially just say you're supposed to have intimacy one night. And guess what? You don't text him back. You were supposed to see him, get up with him. He said, all right, bet. Let me know whenever you leave. You never text him. You never show up. Do you think he's going to be bad at texting? Y'all tell me. Y'all think a man going to be bad at texting when he expects something? Nope. He's going to have a PhD in texting. He's going to have a PhD. He's going to be a professor, expert. He's going to be ready to texting you back, texting you multiple times if he expecting something. So when a man says, I'm just so bad at texting, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't text you back, you understand I'm bad at texting. Just take it for what it is. Again, if y'all ain't that deep, if y'all are not serious, that's absolutely a man letting you know I'm not putting more energy into this than what this deserves. If y'all both on that same type of time, you out here dating other guys, it's very clear. He's out here dating other women. Okay, yeah, he's bad at texting because he's not going to be flipping his phone up so other women can see this and mess up his feng shui. That's how the game goes if you're going to be out here in the streets. The problem comes when there's a disparity in respect given and investment and time made and effort made. If you want the type of time like, okay, I want something serious, and you were convinced that's what he wanted, but his actions are saying something a little bit different, but then he gives it a different meaning like, oh, this, that, and the other, and he guilt trips you. He reverse psychologically tries to screw you over in terms of putting it on you and your ability to be patient and understanding, which really equates to you lowering your standards and being more tolerant of his nonsense that doesn't align with common sense. That's where I see a lot of y'all go wrong, man. Y'all be so ready to be the empathetic woman because, I love that we're in a day and age where men's feelings and emotions and well-being is more acknowledged than ever. We got some ways to go. But there's a group of cowards out there who will take advantage of that. It's like they will try to leverage that. The fact that as a woman, you want to be a safe space. And you've heard men talk about how women these days don't create safety for men. Y'all don't care about our feelings and so on and so forth, which has some truth to it. But don't be so pressed to be such an exception to the rule. You let this man disregard your rules. You still got to have your own standards. Or else you're going to be in the space of confusion and, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what to make of it because whatever. If a man sees that he's leaving that much lack of clarity with you in terms of his effort, in terms of where you stand in his life, if he sees that he's making it that vague, but he really cares about you, he's going to do whatever it takes to resolve that. So you go for, let's just say you want to go for the whole I'm not good at texting, but really what's happening is he's not putting forth any effort. Now a week goes by, and you start to kind of pull back. Not because you're playing games. Not because you're playing games. You're just starting to get into protective mode. You're going to pull back a little bit. Hold on, wait. What we got here? A man who cares, I'm not saying to do this for any manipulative reason, but a man who cares is going to say, wait, I'm getting less of you. What's going on? And he's going to want to make that right. All right, if I can't text, what can I do? Maybe I can send a voice note. Maybe I can call you on my break. Maybe I can let you know when my days or when my spots in the day is open so you don't have expectations I can't meet. But I under no circumstance do I want you to be pulling back or feel like you are not safe to continue investing here. A man who cares about you is going to take that approach. But when a man says, I'm bad at texting, he's letting you know you're not worth whatever time that you're looking for, you're not worth it. To him. Heavy on the to him. Because sometimes y'all be getting treated away by a dude and you really start to measure yourself. You start to assess your own value, your own worth by somebody who can't see it. Because they're blind. Know if y'all ever been in that situation. There's a certain allocation of energy and effort needed to build something real. If you in a space as a woman, you just want something casual, you know, here and there, no big deal, okay, cool. Because this really ain't for you. He's going to be real bad at texting. He's going to be real bad at showing up in any kind of meaningful way. Because it's keeping you at arm's length. But if you're in a space where you want something real, understand that man has to make capacity. Best case scenario, life is just lifing, and the world is just against him, and the sky's falling down, and he got so much going on he can't text you. You still have to hold true to your standards and boundaries. If you are a garden, you can't do nothing about the fact that the farmer that ran out of seed, ran out of whatever, you know, nurtures the garden with a fertilizer, water, whatever nutrients. You can't do nothing about that. You're a garden. You got your needs. You don't take excuses as nourishment for what you need in order to be sustained. That's not going to work. You don't take valid reasons, but for so long. So if the man doesn't have capacity, this is at best, by the way, he don't have capacity. But stop trying to cross the ocean for men who will not jump over a puddle for you. Y'all be breaking your back for people who stabbing you in your back. Like, come on. Now I'm kind of yelling because I'm passionate about this, man. Like, it's one of the most manipulative things, and it's tough because there are situations where a man may be busy, and that's kind of, but again, I want you guys to have discernment. Use discernment. If he's not, you know, able to text because he has to keep his notifications, like, use discernment. If you see the effort show up in other ways consistently, and it doesn't feel like he's trying to hide something, it doesn't feel like it's out of alignment. He's not breadcrumbing you. He didn't start off on his phone all heavy, but then pull back. He don't say I'm bad at texting, but he's good at watching your stories, posting on Instagram, being online now. Like, you see this man is genuinely away from his phone certain gaps of the day. You're not asking him to be by his phone every 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But if you see that there's an inconsistency there, like, hold on. When we around each other, that man got his phone, boom, 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 boom. That man has his phone whenever y'all are not together. But look, if you're dealing with guys who got a lie to kick it, that's what I call it. If you're dealing with guys who constantly got to do that, these guys are in a certain space in their life, good, bad, or ugly. These guys are in a certain space of life where they're still insecure with their truth. They're not living in their authenticity yet, if they ever get there. Because I believe most guys, if not all guys who've had to evolve, who had to come into their own, had to go through a space where, and I'm a testament to this, we were not our best selves. We were not the evolved version of ourselves. But alpha males have already gotten through that. We've paid our price. We've suffered our consequences. We've hit it, and we're like, look, that stuff they told us as men was cool, that ain't cool at all. And I always say, instead of trying to get a man and ride or die, because all that end up happening is y'all don't go nowhere, you just end up dying. There ain't no more ride or die. Get with a man after he's gotten to a certain point in his journey. Then you take the rest of the road with him, not from the very bottom. The very bottom was for his mama. Maybe his first love. You don't want to be no man's first love. You do not want to be a man's first love. Be his third, fourth, something like that. And I mean that. It sounds kind of crazy what I'm saying, but look, unless you like 17, 18 years old watching this, don't be no boy's first love. You 30, 40, 50 years old enough, you need this man to have some reps. And you need to be able to see a track record. And you need to be able to assess the signs that he's truly an alpha male. He's done with the games. He's done lying about his truth. If he ain't interested, at least you know he ain't interested because he's going to let you know. And if he is interested, and anything is giving you a mixed signal, he's immediately willing to straighten that out. Ain't no sitting there in confusion and lack of clarity and not sure and blah, blah, blah. Ain't no none of that. But so many of y'all are continuing to try to raise these grown boys And by raising them, I'm really talking about repetitively giving them chance after chance after chance, which is only preventing the alpha male you deserve from having his first chance, the only chance he'll need to love you right. Because you don't know what an alpha male looks like, or you don't know how to position yourself to attract alpha males. That's the only two reasons why. You may already be the woman that's on the alpha male's vision board. That could be a power couple with an alpha male. But if you don't know how to set yourself apart so you can attract alpha male, or you don't know how to identify an alpha male, see through the nonsense, see through the facade, have the right conversation, you're going to continue to repeat the pattern of underqualified men. And that's something I did. Like, if you want more on that, if you have not yet gotten access to this masterclass, I just put it back up. After a couple of months of making it unavailable, if you want it before it comes down again and for the last time, the link is down here in the comments. Secrets to attracting alpha males only, and that's free, by the way. I broke down how to position yourself as a woman in your authenticity for what an alpha male is looking for at that point in his life, so you don't have to keep trying to get men over the hump, teach men how to be a man, you know, stressed out, frustrated, because you're just like, why don't he get it? Alpha males already got it. Why won't he grow up? Alpha males are already grown. Yeah, the link is right here. Down in the comments, or if you're on Facebook, might be a little link that you can just tap, you can register. You definitely want to watch that if you have not yet before it comes down. Link is also in the caption. Moral of the story is this: when a man says, I'm a bad texter, that really means he's a bad investor. And you're not going to get any ROI, return on that investment, because it's going to continue to decrease. It's going to continue to just dwindle until it's done. While you over here overextending yourself according to what you want, he's going to continue to pull back according to what you're willing to settle for. And I'm just a bad texter is only the tip of the iceberg. Don't be the Titanic. Hope that didn't go over y'all heads. But I'm your big brother, looking out for you per usual. If you got something of value from this, if this helped you in any way, hit the share button. That's all I ask. I don't ask for no money. You know what I mean? Charge my Tesla while the sun going down. I take my time out to do this for free because I want y'all to get this, but I also can't spread this to people that could possibly get their lives changed by this without your help. So hit the share button if this was helpful to you, only if it was helpful. And if you want more free game, the link right here gonna bless you. Secrets to attracting alpha males only. If you're in the market for an alpha male, if you want to experience the most feminine version of yourself, this is the masterclass for you. It's going to break down how to identify an alpha male and how to attract multiple so you can choose the one that you actually want. And the link is also